Let's make some mead. Okay guys, let's start making this mead. Now the first thing I'm going to do is take my gallon jug of water and heat it up just enough to where the honey is easy to mix in. Now I'm not going to bring this to a boil. You don't want to boil it. You just want to heat it up enough to where you can mesh the honey with the water. Now I'm going to use about a half a gallon. Put the cap back on. And grab our temperature reading. See where we're at now. Yeah, that should be good. Now we'll take our honey, our beautiful orange blossom. This stuff's so sweet. It's got a great citrus flavor to it. And I've never made an orange blossom traditional. So we'll take our honey, pour it in our water. Now this honey has been sitting in a warm bath to make it easier to pour. So we'll get all that out that we can. Give it a shake, twirl it around. Now I'm cutting my heat off because the water is hot enough. Now we'll do the swirl to get the honey stream to stop. There, that should be good. Now I'm going to take the water that I had left over. Oh, that's good honey. And I'm going to pour it into the container. I want to get as much of this honey out of this container as I can. So I'm going to pour that in there, put the cap back on, and we're just going to give that a shake. Try to get all the honey off the sides of the container that I can. As you can see, there's still honey caked on the side, so I'll shake a little bit more. Shakey shake. What I didn't realize was I had actually left a little bit of that honey on the bottom, and I still regret it. You can see it right there. Now let's get water started for the tea. So we got our honey in, and what we're going to do now is whisk that up. Now, whisking does two things. It mixes the honey in the water, and I'm also adding oxygen. The more oxygen you add at this stage, the better. Alright, the next stage, let's pour what we've mixed into our fermenter. Our primary fermenter. And doing this over the sink makes for an easy cleanup. Now we'll take some water and put it in our pot and swirl it around just to get those extra sugars out of the pot and into our must. There we go. Look at those bubbles. Looking good. Let's go grab our tea. Put our tea in. Now the tea is for tannins. It's not for flavor. It's more of a mouth feel. It kind of rounds out the mead. Now this is not a necessary step. You don't have to do this. Let's rinse that out. Gotta be clean. And everything has been sanitized beforehand. Everything I use, I thoroughly clean, and then I actually keep a spray bottle of Star San around and spray in between, so there's no way it's going to get contaminated. Let's rinse off a funnel. Let's spray that down for the next time, and of course I'll spray it again before I use it. I'm kind of OCD about that. And there we go. Now let's hydrate our yeast. I'm using a 71B yeast. It has a tolerance of 14% ABV. If everything goes right, I should get it. Here I'm spraying the scissors, of course. If I do my job right and the yeast do their job right, I should have 14%, if not more. I've seen yeast go from, say it's 14%, I've seen them go 15, 16, and I've seen them go 12, 13. So I'm going to add about half a pack. It's 1 gram per gallon, 5 grams per pack. And I usually add 2, 2.5, 3 to a gallon, just to make sure. Alright, we've got that in our cup. Let's put this back in the fridge to keep it dormant. You don't want to keep it out at room temperature. Yeast is best in the fridge. And before you use it, break it out for about 30 minutes to let it get to room temperature. Let's see, let's take a temperature of the must that we have, just to make sure it doesn't kill our yeast. Because if it's too hot, it will kill the yeast. And this looks like it's right in the range of pitching our yeast. Now what I'm going to do is pour a little in the cup to rehydrate the yeast. I'm going to let it acclimate to the environment. Now where is that at? I know it's around here somewhere. Oh yeah. Let's give that a quick stir. And what we're going to do is let that sit for 15-30 minutes. Let's rinse off the spoon, spray it down for the next time. And let's set a timer. Timer is set for 15 minutes. We'll come back. It should be ready. Jazz hands. Now we'll cover that up and let it sit for 15 minutes. And we should have a frothy solution. Okay, our timer has gone off. It's been 15 minutes. So let's cut that off. It's so annoying. Come over here and check our yeast. Oh yeah, it's looking good. Check this out. That's the consistency that you want to see. Try to take it over the light. Not really help, but that's what you want. So now what we're going to do is pitch our yeast. I'll take the funnel. Of course, it's been sprayed. and we'll pitch our yeast. It is now officially a must. Now let's take our water and rinse out this cup, get all the yeast out. Rinse out our funnel. Also, there we go. And we're going to top this thing off with the rest of our water. Now I'm not going to get the whole gallon in. The honey takes its space. So we're going to get in as much as we can. Keep topping, keep topping, keep topping. I'm getting greedy. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, I think that's good. Bam! We got a mead. Now let's get our starting gravity. If you don't know where you start, you don't know where you end. So we're going to take our handy dandy turkey baster wine thief and put it in our graduated cylinder. Now this turkey baster works fine. And as you can see here, the hydrometer starts to float kind of early, which surprised me. Put a little more in, and we got some sweetness. There you go, see it rising? Set that to the side. We have 1.122, which I think comes out to about 15.3%. So let's rinse this off. Be sure not to drop it. I broke 2 of these things. Let's go ahead and spray it down. It's a good habit to have. Keep everything clean and sanitized. And there we have. We'll pour this back in. There's no chance for contamination. Rinse that out. Make sure it doesn't get sticky. And let's go ahead and write this down. This is very important. Take notes. Otherwise, if you get a mead you like, if you don't take notes, you have no idea how to replicate it. Now we'll take our airlock and our bung. Make sure those are sanitized. Spray it one more time, just to make sure. Now we're going to put our bung on, and I like to get it flush with the very tip of it at the end. Now we'll fill this airlock up with star sand. Now you can use cheap alcohol. I prefer to use star sand. Get that in there. Put the cap back on so nothing can get in. And put it in our fermenter. Carboy away. And there she is. Give it a little swirl. And there's our mead. So what I'm going to do now is just label it, put it in a dark area, and let it sit. And we'll come back and check the gravity reading. Be good to one another, man. Tell somebody you love them.